All right, what's going on, y'all? Give me a minute. All right, what's going on? All right, so you need to listen to this one. All right, this video, this one is a serious one. All right, this is a connection to the food stamp tourists. All right, and this is everything that we really need to know to protect ourselves, to keep ourselves safe as far as the Hebrews, as well as some of the Caucasian people that put out their ancestors put us in slavery. Some of them have repented and changed their lives from those ways, and they're with us. So this is for those of us on our side, pure side, which is what I'm bringing it back to, pure side versus evil side. But to be more detailed, this is about our situation in America or in our service. All right, so what's going on with the food stamp tourists and why is it like that? Now, what I'm just realizing is that it's not that they don't have food. It's not that they don't have their own produce and things like that. It's that there needs to be a fair exchange. There needs to be a fair exchange for your produce. So if you're growing food on earth, it doesn't take money. You can't put $1 in the ground and then grow a whole farm full of, tomatoes, oranges, what's that and the third. In order to grow food, it takes life, energy. You have to have life within you, in your people, in order to grow food on earth. It's a fair exchange, a recycling system of life. Now, imagine you have somebody worship a pagan god or a demon god or a false god or whatever the case, which is what we see all around the world. People worship everything except the true creator who made the planet Earth. So when you grow food, he cut you off, right? You're cut off from the creator. So when you grow food, you would have to pull from Mother Earth. Now that Mother Earth is gone, you're trying to still grow food because your physical body need to eat. Who are you pulling from? Each other. So you're eating each other. So they call it organic. This started turning into organic and shit. Because of false worship. You're not worshiping the true creator. You're not calling on the true name of the true creator. So by default, when you eat food, you're eating a demon god or you're eating from whatever energy source you serve. All right? Because Mother Earth is gone. She left. So you're eating from, like I say, even Christianity. You say Jesus. You're eating from Caucasian people. So you don't want to eat from Caucasian people. They, don't want to do that because they're not the true creator. They're not the true savior. You're not. If you're Islamist, you're eating from Azazel, which is the death god. Okay, so you're eating from death. That black ball in the box. You're eating blackness, death. If you serve a Hindu god, you're eating from their gods. You know what I'm saying? It's the gods that they serve that you're eating from. But what you realize is that you can eat so much from these fallen gods that they start to die because they're not the true creator. They're also disconnected from the Most High, from being a fallen god and making themselves gods over the people. So by default, they have to resort to their people running and finding life. They need power. They need energy to keep feeding their people. Now, the evil part of this whole thing is that when they found where life was, which is America, the slaves in America, everybody resorted over here. They stealthily came over here and don't say anything and stay hush and stay quiet and set up shop around us and shit because we full of life. So they think to take our life, take our energy, and basically could keep their systems going, keep worshiping their false gods and stuff like that. This is another reason why the Caucasians say God, because they know that they're feeding from the natives. They're cut off from the creator. So in order for them to continue conquering us and destroying us, they have to eat from the people here, the natives. Like I said, a god can only give you so much until they start to die from you overtaking from them. You're just taking too much from their gods. From their whatever the powers you serve, you take too much from them to where they have nothing left to give. And then you end up having power over the gods that you serve. So that's what happened here. the natives gave so much to people that came here to the point where they have nothing left to give, and so people conquered us, whatever the case. It's a funny way how things happen. But the same thing with the fallen powers, the same thing with all of the nations. They can end up being conquered by people just overtaken from them. So when you have people like, for example, Eva Joy Baraquillo, she's a demon or whatever. She don't really need to come to America. She's a pale-faced looking Filipina. You know, she can live in Quezon City somewhere and be on the story of Carmela and shit. She can be famous and shit. She ain't got to be in America. And she be good. They got food and rice all day. The thing wasn't that they don't have food. They don't have the fair exchange because Mother Earth is cutting people off. So you have Ivana Alawi, which is the spirit of truth. She's the water. You know, that's what it was. Like, you're eating from the spirit of truth, but you don't want the truth. But truth is water. So even when you drink water, is irritating because you're full of fire, and water don't drink fire, and you can't fair exchange with that. You know, so it becomes a war. You're eating the fight, you know, not eating the recycle. So every time you eat, it becomes a war to even eat. But it's when you have life within you, it's no war. It's life to life. Life recycles. That's how people know. It's easy for people to know now that have spiritually inclined abilities and stuff to know where life is, because it's so dry and so dead out here. So you don't even really need a book, but you still do need a book to get the details on how to maintain life, because life comes with instructions. You can't just be like, oh, he's full of life, and then steal it. You're gonna eat life. You're not gonna be able to recycle it or hold it. You know, it's like you get one full cup of life, one full cup of everlasting life. You can still drink it all. How? By being evil, not being full of life, not wanting to do what life requires to maintain or recycle life. Because if you drink that cup and you're full of life, that cup will never run out. It'll stay a full cup of everlasting life because you're recycling. A secret way to know about how self-existence work. But the Most High is actually self-existence, but he give you an understanding of how to stay within his everlasting power and things never run out. Give you a little small snippet of how that works. So if you're evil and you're a demon, you're from hell and shit like that, you don't want life, you don't want to serve the true creator, you want to do you and shit, all the shit we see people doing now, you would still want to do the bullshit you're doing and serve the demons you're serving, but you still need life. You don't want the pain and shit. You want to have rest and shit, but you don't want to serve Yah. What happens is you burn it out. Life leaves. You don't kill it. It just leaves. It don't stay within you. It's not a home for them. You know, it's a hole in your cup, so life just leaves and shit. It's not a secure place for them. So you leave. So that's how it works when you're talking about food, because in order to take a seed and grow that seed with water and soil, it takes energy. And that invisible energy and water comes together to produce something physical for your physical body. So, with that said, food stamp tourists, they're demons. People that come over here from wherever the fuck, they're demon people, and their people are suffering wherever they at, and they're eating each other, and they want to come over here and take our life source, our life force, our energy, so that they can keep eating. Now, what I'm telling my people is that I was ignorant of this, but now I'm not ignorant of this, so now I'm giving y'all the benefit of the doubt because I ain't even know. The thing is, we must serve the true creator. And by serving the true creator, yes, we will have life to feed ourselves, but also we can flip that life and turn it into a weapon, you know, and it strikes lightning, pure white lightning, and eviscerates anybody that is not full of life. So that way, people that want to steal life will get destroyed. People that want to be a part of life will become a part of the recycling system of life. Now, on this West Coast here, it's full of demons like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has life. Nobody serving the Most High like that. You got a few select brothers here and there holding on, serving the Most High. People destroying them, eating from them and shit like that. But soon as the day you keep calling on Jesus and Christ, you resort back to the pagan gods, back to the Roman gods, back to the demon gods. You know, you go back to them. Now, the Romans, what they did, they made a pact or made a covenant with the top Satan, you know, went to the most painful part of hell, made a pact and a covenant with Satan, or whatever the case, that if they conquer the world, you know, this, that, and the third, or whatever. They just want to conquer the world and have power over the world and stuff, and subdue everyone and make everyone become a part of them and basically eat everyone. So the Satan gave them power to go out there and venom everyone and eat everyone. So now you in America, that just everything is eaten up. Everybody's a demon. Jesus is everywhere and shit. So there's no life anymore. So now the little bit of life that you do find, you're trying to eat that shit up too. But then you don't want to be stupid too, because you start thinking after a while, I don't want to be stupid too, because if I should destroy this last little bit of life and shit and nobody got it, this life can feed the whole world. But they don't know that. Or they do. Which makes it worse, because if you know that, the fuck? It's all about the nations wanting to hold on to their false cultures and stuff. They don't want to clean it up. They don't want to dedicate their lives and their existence to, let me figure out how to clean up my culture and serve this true creator, which have life force, so that when I grow my food, I can recycle the life instead of burn out the life. And then life goes to life, and we can continue to increase and increase and increase and increase. So when the Chinese people came into the hoods, they was doing that. But we didn't know they was doing that, burning us out and shit. But then at the wild, you had to start learning, because you still have a vendetta against these Caucasian people, or whatever the case, and you want to get even. So you start learning some shit. So a person that came over here on some demon shit ended up turning into some, I need some holiness, and I want to do the holiness so I can save my own people. You start having some honor about yourself and shit. And then you go back home and be like, why? What happened to you? Why you different? I figured it out. We need to serve the true creator genuinely with our hearts, with a pure desire. Like, I want to serve this creator because he's just the creator. He made this world and all that. Why are we in here being disrespectful? Like, you completely changed how you thinking. We disrespectful as shit, living in his planet, breathing his air, and not serving him. So we've been cut off. So every time we grow food, we've been using each other or using other people with little bits of life, enslaving ourselves and shit like that. So when you have an EBT system in America, that's really what it is. The Hebrew slaves still serve the Most High. We still call on the Most High. But what we need to do is all of us need to come to the true creator, serve the Most High, so that we can stand together and shield ourselves. We have more power to block the people. Now, it took me since 2010 to come to the Most High for myself. But now it's 2025, and everybody can comfortably be able to say, we know for sure he served the Most High. That's my people, and that I can protect them. But it's more so, it wasn't for y'all to be looking for me to just keep you safe while I live the holy way and I do everything and you do whatever the fuck. It's more like we need to figure out how we all can stay holy together the same way. Like, for example, I know we're not supposed to eat chicken. You still want to eat chicken. That's what's getting in the way. But at the same time, it's like, how can we get around that? You know? Because look, what we can do is, I can take the more responsible situation by being the main man. I can be the leader or whatever. By being the leader or the king, I take the more responsible weight or whatever the case. Meaning, I won't, since the scriptures say don't eat chicken, I'll go out there and not eat chicken, since the stores only have chicken. We have no choice really, right? So I'll do the heavy shit. I'll be the king and shit. And we got to really claim that shit. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to keep you safe. So with what I can do is pray for y'all, cover for y'all, but at the same time, y'all can still hold on. So we can all cry out to the Most High and say, you know, we can still cry out to the Most High and complain. Like, this is not, I know we're not supposed to do this, and this is not what we want to do. This is just what we're given, and we're still in slavery. So the Most High Creator can understand that and feel that and be like, I understand. All of the markets have wrong things to eat, except cow. All of the things in the market are wrong to eat, except cow. And then you might have a few other things that they throw in stores, like in the Caucasian areas, like lamb and stuff like that. You know, lamb, bison, cow, all stuff like that you can eat. Cattle, they understand. So you see a little bits here and there, but birds, you can't eat chicken. You got to eat duck or something like that. Pigeon, you can eat pigeon. Well, you can eat dove. You can eat things like that, dove and stuff like that. But you can't eat any kind of bird. So we have a hard time trying to sit. We have a lot of special cases. Is my point. We have a lot of special cases, but to try to get off the tit for tat stuff, that's I have to get to the tit for tat stuff. But for you to understand the bigger picture of this matter, the small things that we do that don't recycle life, we need somebody to go in there and figure out what it is while we're not able to recycle life. So we're all serving God. We all in church together. We all thinking we holy and doing it right. But when we eat life, it dwindles away. Why do it keep dwindling away? Why do our people keep getting shot and dying when we going to church all the time? What's going on? So it's the deceptions and the evil within the water. So we got to filter out the water, clean out the well, wash it out, and then let it refill with water. Because somebody keep throwing shit in our water when we not watching. You got to secure that shit, put locks on it and shit. You know, put better filtration systems in there because people keep fucking our water up, so that we won't be able to recycle life while we not looking. And we trying to figure out what's going on. So I'm out here figuring out what's going on. We have to serve the Most High. Now what I ended up doing was, because you can't make somebody stop something if they have no choice to. Like, all you see is chicken everywhere. Knowing we can't eat chicken, but that's all we got. All right, so you can't make somebody stop something. What you can do is, I'll take the responsibility. I'll make sure I don't eat chicken and sacrifice to eat other stuff only, or whatever the case, that's clean and kosher. And y'all just go in and eat and just keep your heart pure. Just keep your heart and your intent pure, so I can cover for you. Just eat, live, survive. But we gonna serve the Most High. If the scriptures say, "Thou shalt not this, that," we gonna keep that. We gonna keep the moral instructions. Don't focus too much on the dietary laws too much, because we can't do it. It's the wrong foods all in the market and shit. So don't pay too much attention to it. Know it so that you can cry out and be like, dang, I can't do it. Because know it so you can cry out and complain to the Most High that they fucking us up. But don't be too hard on doing it because we don't have foods. Like, for example, if we can eat locusts and honey, we ain't even got locusts and shit. Niggas don't eat locusts or sell locusts in the goddamn markets and shit. So that could even be something. Like, we ain't got shit. What can we eat out of all of this shit? They put locusts in the store. You like, damn, I can't even eat that. You read the Bible. I can eat that shit. So when you pick up the locusts, and niggas like, why y'all keep eating locusts and shit? You don't eat the cat. You don't eat the chicken and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the only clean thing that the Bible said I can eat and shit. So see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? It's all about keeping the energy clean so that we can keep recycling life force, so that we don't go to hell. We can go from life to life. We can ascend and keep ascending. So what I did was become the main man, become the ship, so that everybody can get on the ship and you can ascend with me. But I only require one thing, which the Most High requires from me, is that my desire remains pure. My desire to serve him and obey him has to be pure. It has to be true. Can't be fake, can't be phony. So when I read the Bible and it say, thou shalt not murder and shit, like, it say thou shalt not kill. It's fucking me up. Somebody put some dirt in my water, but I ain't know somebody put some dirt in my water. I'm praying. I'm doing my best that thou shalt not kill. Most I was like, no, they flaked that. So now I got to get a download from heaven. And then he helps me with the download. He downloaded or whatever to me to help me understand it's not thou shalt not kill. It's thou shalt not murder. Why? Because people out here murdering people, you got to kill those people. That's how you go to war with people that are murderers. So it's not thou shalt not kill. It's thou shalt not murder. So somebody added that shit in there. So he's using certain people to sift through stuff and all that stuff. So we at the point where 2025, I found a way to keep everybody safe that want to serve the Most High. It's just been such a long time since anybody's been able to come up with life and really have protection for someone. You don't believe that somebody can protect you because it's been way too long. You've grown, you've been through it, you've been around the block, been through this person, so you don't believe, or whatever the case. What happens is, it's crazy. The food and shit. It's funny. The food itself, the physical food that your physical body needs, is the main way that everybody be finding out people got life and shit, but don't know how you're maintaining that life. So now you're sitting here listening to me trying to figure out what kind of person I am, how I think, what God I serve and stuff like that to get the life force that I have, or whatever the case. But what's happening is you're realizing that it's a system that goes against your culture. You get cringy at some points. You don't like some things about this God and stuff that the God tell you to do and stuff. You have issues within yourself serving or obeying some of the things that this God says. So you're still hindered. And so what happens is you're angry. You're angry. because you can't produce that life for yourself because you want to still eat the things you want to eat. Now, let's say, my bad, let's say you have a choice. You just don't want to let it go. If you're a slave, you don't have a choice. You don't own the system or run the system. You can't recall shit and then put we can't eat chicken? Well, recall all this chicken. Let's bring in some ducks and shit. And then only serve ducks in the stores. Just only ducks. We can't do that because we don't run the American system that they set up within our land. Now, if we can knock that down and put our own, the native system back up, we can do it. We're not even supposed to eat turkey. You're not supposed to eat turkey. You're not supposed to eat chicken. It's that, like, how the fuck? Right. How the fuck? Niggas fucked us up that hard. A lot of dirt in the water, my nigga. You gotta really filter that shit. You gotta dig it out, clean it out. It's like somebody put cement in your shit. Like what they did in Palestine. Somebody put cement in your water well and then left and shit. Now you gotta dig a whole new water well on the side and shit and get some water going. You gotta tap into the line somewhere the same way you did, but dig right next to it and get a new water well. That's how serious it is. It's disrespectful as shit. You can dig a new one, but damn, you poured cement in my old one and shit. So that's what they were saying in Palestine. Like, damn, we so fucked up. They read the Bible like, damn, these niggas put dirt, cement, concrete in the whole water system. These niggas calling on Jesus, this, that. Fuck the whole shit up with the English. So you need to dig a new well. So I'm here, the new well that's being dug or trying to help y'all understand and still learning and sifting and stuff. But it's just that y'all need to really, like, listen to me. Like, it's like if you listen to anybody, right? Anybody you respect, you listen to him, right? Especially if it's a holy man. You go to church, this guy in church, you listen to him. You trust that he's going to morally guide you the right way. You listen to him, you go to church because you know whatever he say, you go on the right path or whatever the case. That's what it is with me. It's like I got to be the church pastor or like that church pastor that you respect so much and you always go to his church. You always tithing and offering and shit. And because you know that when I stand up on that stage with that microphone in my hand, I'm going to say some shit that's going to save your whole fucking swoggy. I'm going to save your whole life, your whole soul, your whole existence. You're going to be good, eating, chilling, and all that. You know what I'm saying? You good. So that's what you know when you go into that church or when you go into that assembly. What I'm going to say is something that's going to save your whole existence, your whole people, you know? So if you don't see me in that way, then you're not going to listen. You're just still going to be skeptical. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. Yes, it took a lot of suffering and sacrificing because we on the bottom. We don't deserve to live. So somebody got to take the hits and shit. So I'm living the life of what all y'all supposed to be living. All the shit that y'all doing to me and shit, and all the shit that's happening to me should be happening to yourself. All the feelings and emotions you have towards me in a negative, evil way is what you're supposed to be feeling towards yourself. I don't have any guilt in my life. Y'all do. So the way y'all reacting is telling the world that trust me already, whatever you're doing to me is what they need to do to you. So you keep feeling emotions and shit. Keep doing shit to me the wrong way. Put a worm in my ear, did this, did that. The fuck? This worm could kill the shit out of me at any moment. But they chilling right now and shit. Hospitals don't want to open up to get the worm out my ear and shit. Niggas hit me with cars and shit. All the shit y'all doing to me, y'all need to do to yourself. Because you're not serving the Most High. You don't have life within you to hold your people up. Yet you still gotta hold your people up. I'm not gonna be the one to hold your people up. You know, even if that was the case, even if, let's say I was the king of the earth for this generation. I'm the king of the earth for this generation. Still, I'm not gonna hold y'all people up by myself. I'm gonna need help. Some of y'all need to get up there and be in leadership and shit. And the highest leadership can come to me if there's a problem or something like that. And we can handle that thing with the Most High one. What's the Creator telling? The Creator said this, that, and the third. All right, and then you go and tell your people and shit. That's how it always was in ancient times. But it's just been a long time since there's been a king, a main man. I mean, you can call me a main man, but we have many brothers out here, you know, but I'm taking the hits. You know, I'm taking the hits. Like no Hebrew Israelite brother will ever stutter. Like, in order to be the main man, you had to get your food stamp card taken. Like somebody got to steal your food stamp card one time. What? You know what I'm saying? Because niggas calling on Jesus. So because they calling on Jesus, you got to get your food stamp card robbed for one time. And then after that, we can do your Hawashai. And then everybody can keep their food stamps. But you don't know that, but they do that shit. You go and you homeless and poor, niggas take your food stamp card. You struggling to survive. You barely got money. You can't eat. You resorting to robbing and stealing and shit. So now you looking like a piece of, but you can't rob or steal and shit because there's shit on the line. So it's like, damn, nobody's ever going to submit to that. Yeah, I'm going to let these niggas rob me from my EBT card. No, you instantly going to war. But because we niggas need to sacrifice, it's going to be hard for you to do that. Because you're not capable to do that shit. That's too hard for you to do and shit. So once all of this stuff is done, we get to the point where we can stop sacrificing and just start living. Now that's where we are at this point. I served the Most High already since 2010. I've been serving the Most High. It's been stopped. It's just a matter of people hearing what I'm saying and then changing their lives, and then I could take a small little hit for you by eating some meat or something like death or whatever. I can eat death. A nice little cheeseburger, something like that. I can eat some death for you. It's tasty, but I'm taking the death for you. And because of my holiness is going to depict how heavy that weight is going to be. So either I'm going to die, I'm going to get sick or some shit like that, or whatever the case. But I'm still alive. That means I'm holy as shit. So, because people need to die out here. People doing shit that they need to die for. But the ignorance is so extreme, it's a special case. Like, y'all just really was stupid and shit. I can't give for nobody punching their mother in the face. I can't do that one. Whole grown man, you punch your mother in the face. I don't care what you saying about that one. Like, I'm not covering for that shit. I don't even know my mother, and I still can't hit my mother. Like, the fuck? I don't even know my mother, and I can't look at my mother and feel what niggas feel to punch that mother in the face. But you wasn't even mad at your mother and shit. You punched your mother because you was mad at somebody else and shit. Not mad at your mother. How the fuck you look at somebody else and punch your mother, my nigga? Because you mad at that nigga. You had to fully know what the fuck you was doing. Or you had to be the most stupidest person on the planet and shit. I don't even know my mother, my nigga. And I still can't feel that shit. It does not rise up in my energy at all. That shit is not in me. So that's what I'm saying, that demon shit. And then you have people like that. You put them in charge, you put them in authority, you put them in leadership, and they full of demon energy, evil energy. And then you're supposed to be growing food and shit like that, building houses and stuff like that. And then the people are supposed to eat. But it's not working out. You're dying. You're going to hell. Then you're transforming the people into demons. You're transforming the atmosphere into demon atmosphere. The world, everything is demonic shit. The Philippines is the number one place that I experience is a demonic place like that. They don't have life. So because you don't want to change who you are, you want to stay Catholic and shit. You don't want to change shit. You're not even dedicated to changing shit. You ran over to Baltimore, Maryland and shit, Eva Joy Bartaquillo, found out it's life in this motherfucker, and you want to take one of these motherfuckers and bring them to your country and shit, and eat the shit out that ass. On some demon shit. You're literally eating people and shit. Because you're not serving the Most High. When you serve the Most High Creator is the food source. You come into a covenant to obey His Torah. I make a promise to obey your Torah, your instructions, and to serve only you, because you're the only creator. Then He give you power when He see that you real. He know your heart, and He know you real. If you real, I got you. He come into a covenant with you, make a vow, then He protect the shit out you. Everything you do comes to life. Every piece of food you eat, it has a safe place and shit. You'll eat some cow, the cows have a safe place to go and shit. Oh shit, the cows went to heaven and shit. This nigga keep on eating cows and shit. Hey, the cows be like, shit, let that nigga eat. Like, I'm going to heaven, my nigga. They killing the shit out me anyway and shit. But I'm going to heaven because this guy eating cow and shit. So him on the EBT system is saving everybody. Evil people on the EBT system is killing everybody. So you gotta understand, we gotta stop serving Jesus. And this is to my own people. That's why they're having food stamp. There's a lot of food stamp tourists ahead. Stop calling on Jesus. We're not stupid people. I go home, right? Sit down in front of all the family. Y'all will be clever as shit, witty as shit. Dancing all around my ass when it comes to like knowing shit. But then I say something out my mouth like the name not Jesus. The name is Yahweh Shai. Now all of y'all, the wisest people in the house and shit, now look like the dumbest people in the house. How the fuck that happened? It's a spell for you to be so knowledgeable, so intelligent, and still not know that the name of the Savior, not Jesus and shit. How the fuck y'all so smart and shit and don't know that? It's like you don't speak English. It's like you went to school and learned English, but you still don't know the rules of English. Like, how? What you mean? Like, yo, like how you forget that names don't change? How you forget that if somebody translate their language into the English, you can't change the person's name still. That name is their name. Otherwise, when you say a different phonetic to the name, you're going to think they talking about somebody else. Everything down to the phonetics has to still be the same. That's why when you translate something in another language, you have to put the letters together to the best of your ability to make it sound like what it's saying in the actual language. It's the difference between nouns and proper nouns and pronouns. Proper nouns are the only nouns that don't change. Walmart is Walmart forever in every country. Otherwise, you ain't going to get paid. They ain't going to get that money. Change that name. Somebody going to claim that shit and keep it. You can't say Safeway is Zafeway and shit. Got a Zafeway with a Z and shit. That's not ours. It's a Z, my nigga. Ours got an S. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. So it goes the same with people. You could own some property in another country. Your name is your name on your ID card, your passport. You go over there, they speak a whole different, they speak Chinese. You can't do business no more because somebody changed the name and shit, and your name is not what your name is, something else and shit. Like, no, that's not my name. Like, oh, well, this is what's on the paper and shit. The paper says this, and you see Chinese writing. I'm like, and then you might not know Chinese, or you might do know Chinese. Whatever the case, then you don't know, you get a translator. What that say? That says this. I don't say Keisha. Like, no, it don't say Keisha. It says Ruby. My name is Keisha. Well, it says Ruby here, and this is signed. It's a signature document. And then you know, like, I didn't sign that. Like, it did say your signature right here and shit. It's crazy. That's what will happen. You know what I'm saying? If somebody changed your name. So now by default you can't do shit because the signature's on there. You wasn't careful. That shit say Ruby, but your name Keisha. And now all of this money you invested in this property goes to who the fuck Ruby is. Then Ruby pop out of nowhere, some Chinese lady, yeah, I'm Ruby and shit. ID card. It could be a fake ass ID card or whatever. They playing you now. Because your genuine situation wasn't true. You didn't understand the rules of translation or language and stuff like that. So the same thing with the Bible, the Savior. Every time you change something, the person's name, you're not calling on the true people, you're calling on demons. Some people name state remained the same, like Abraham. You just say Abraham. Okay, that's cool. We can do that. Yatazahak is Isaac. It's not Isaac. It's Yatazahak. Funny, right? And then you laugh and like that shit sound funny as shit. But if you get accustomed to saying the Hebrew names, it stopped being funny. It stopped being strange funny. It stopped being, this is a part of you. You know, it feels good to be able to say names the right way and shit. But at first, when you first start off, you be cracking up laughing. Like, that's how we talk. That's how we talked and shit. Like, yeah, that's how we talked. And then, like, for example, like Jacob. Oh, Jacob. His name is not Jacob. His name is Yaquab. Yaquab. How do you go from Yaquab to Jacob? So we're not calling on the right people. So we can't even call on our ancestors to help us. And then you call on a savior. His name is not Jesus. Yahweh, Yahusha, Yeshua. All of these sound similar, right? Yeshua. Yahusha, Yahweh Shah, Yeshu. It's always a Yah. So they sound similar, right? You can deal with those. But then you go from Yahweh Shah, Yeshua, Yahusha to Jesus. It doesn't sound the same. It's not the same. They completely changed it. But my point is, we must come back, like, we must understand that's a big factor. Names. There's only one name under heaven by which man can be saved. We must go above and beyond to make sure we not stupid ass people. You can't send random ass people out there that's lazy to think, they be trying to protect you. They gonna slack off somewhere. And then you gonna have somebody stand up in the church, Jesus is the Lord and shit. They just lazy as shit. Because the people, hold on, is it really Jesus, or is it it say Jesus in the Bible, but that's English though. Well, let's say Jesus, but this was written in Hebrew. What's the original language? And then people start thinking, what's the original language? Hebrew. Okay, so what is his name in the Hebrew? Because they wasn't speaking English. People wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You got a select few people that wasn't lazy to think. While the church passed the laziest shit. Believe it or not, you might feel some kind of way about this, but church pastors that keep saying Jesus need to die. They know that they need to die. You don't know that they need to die, but they know that they need to die. Otherwise, our whole race all of the slaves gonna die. All the slaves gonna die if you keep letting these church pastors call on Jesus. Because the more you call on Jesus, the nations are gonna come and kill our ass. Food stamp tourists is gonna turn into food stamp envy, and they're gonna start trying to kill our ass. Because we're not full of life like we used to. We're calling on a false God. We're calling on the slave master. We're not calling on the true creator, the true savior. We're not calling on him. So that by default, we die and shit. We don't get the land back. We don't get freedom. And they don't want to help us get freedom and shit. The nations don't want to help us get freedom either. Like, in order to help you with freedom, they wanted some life. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I can give you that life. But at the same time, you have to also resort to that life as well. Because then what's going to happen is you're going to become the Caucasian people. And then you're going to start trying to eat me too, like they was. So we in the same boat. Slavery's never going to end. You're going to end up making us the new slaves to you. And then so long as we live in holy, you're going to try to, hold us down. So that we can prevent that, prevent it all, still serve the Most High anyway, call on a true name anyway. Why? Because life force feeds you as well as it destroys you. It destroys evil and it can feed evil if it want to. You evil as shit eating from life. You consume it and it goes away. But as soon as the switch flip and you eat life, you explode and shit. Demons start exploding, erasing and shit, and can't respawn. So you need to understand that. We need to stop calling on Jesus, man. Even people that are Islamists and shit, they be looking at us like, as soon as you call on the true name of the Savior, we try to eat. They trying to eat life. But they don't want to let go of that culture. Why? Look at this beautiful woman. She did whatever to survive because there was no life in the area that, what around her. So she did whatever to survive. But at the same time, it's like, I'm looking for life. She wasn't a clown and shit. She wasn't soft and shit. She can think. Like, I'm a thinker and shit. Other niggas just don't be thinking. They just be doing whatever the fuck. She's a thinker. She running shit. So now she find life. She find me. She find life. Now, all we need is to hold on to this life and do what this life say, do what he do, and we can recycle the life. And if the recycling of the life works, we can let go of the evil shit. We can drop this Islam shit instantly, drop that shit. But then you still got people that want to live how they want to live. What? Who? The people that's in charge. The guy from Abu Dhabi and shit. The guy from Saudi Arabia that's a billionaire and shit, eating off people that got life. He a billionaire. He don't want to let that shit go. He don't want to let his women go. All the shit he built up. He don't want to let it go. So he gonna hold that shit. All he did was get a lot of Hebrews to serve the Islamist God, and they built up Dubai and shit off your energy source and killed your ass, burnt you out. All you did was serve a fake God. In Philly, they Islamists all day burnt you the fuck out and built Dubai and shit, looking at your ass like. So you need to understand that. Stop saying how. Stop saying how because you're money-minded. When you're money-minded, you keep saying how, and shit. Earth grows food by energy, life, not money. So in order to eat, you need life, not money. They just made you think you need money because they wanted to make a system and shit to slave you up or to regulate things. But there's too much food in the world to really regulate shit. They got you thinking ain't enough food in the world. There's too much food in the world. Shit be getting thrown away. It's just that you don't have, and then what happens, and this is the last part of this, what happens to us is that when you don't have life, right, you start dying. Nobody want to die. So we can't keep eating so much. We can't keep recycling so much. We can't keep growing so much food or whatever the case because we're going to die if we keep eating because you don't have life to give back. It's going to take a toll on you. That's why I said, if we don't memorize the 23rd Psalm and come to God, we can't eat, because death leads to death. So once we have life within us, life leads to life. We good. We can eat all we want. We can stay on EBT. We good. Eat all we want. You good. Get that every month. We can be good. The world is like, how the fuck is these niggas just good? Because they don't have life. Now, we must maintain that life, man. And understand that the world is not willing to let go of their paganism, their false gods, in order to eat. They are not willing to let it go. They would rather stealth into America and be a food stamp tourist, set up shop and eat off of us so they can maintain their own culture. Just burn the life out. Burn the life out of us, burn the life out of themselves, and just keep maintaining this false ass power they have over their people and shit. When all they gotta really do is clean up their royalty. Just clean that shit up. Put their minds to it. Don't just be sitting there like, how I'm gonna do that? How I'm gonna do. The way they did it, the way they made it up is the same way you can clean it up. They just sat there and was like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have our women dress in kimonos and shit. And the kimono's gonna look like this. And then you gotta put this on the back. And then you gotta put your hair like this. And then you gotta put this white paint on your face. They sat there and put their minds to it. Now it's a culture. So you got to sit there and put your minds to it and clean up your ancestors' culture so that you can serve the Most High Creator, so that you can keep recycling life force by serving Him. Instead of doing shit you're not supposed to do, eating shit you're not supposed to eat, and you burning out the life. Now you're trying to run to me. I need you and shit. Mad at me and shit. Now you want to, get angry at me and whip my ass because I don't want to feed your ass. That's backwards as shit. You can't be a god over me or a master over me, but you can't feed me. I gotta feed you and shit. And you be like, well, you're a slave. Like, yeah, because the same shit that's happening with you will happen to us. Start turning on the Most High. Now you can't feed yourself and shit. You become a slave. So I can step back and let that shit happen to you. Like, fuck you. Like, you either serve the Most High and be full of life, or your people become slaves like us. Who did the Most High allow to be used to enslave the world? Caucasian people, Romans. They made a whole pact with the devil, and they're the chosen people of Satan. So they ride off of the evil of the world. The more evil you are, the more you belong to America, my nigga. And you thinking you have a fighting chance. You know Kung Fu and all that. You still don't have a fighting chance, because then you got to go to sleep and shit. And then demons and energy exist. You die in your sleep with all that Kung Fu and shit. That's what's going to happen. You know all that Kung Fu, you going to come over here. They're going to be like, hold on, Satan, who's these people? They holy and shit? No, they not holy. They serve the dragons of their own gods and shit. They serve a dragon. Yeah, no one of my brothers and shit. Oh, another Satan. Yeah, another one of my brothers and shit. Like, let me go talk to him and shit. They go talk to the other dragon and shit. Hey, man, what's going on over here? Yeah, they doing them like they going to conquer us and shit. You know I'm in charge and shit. They be like, yeah, I know you in charge and shit. You the top Satan and shit. He's the main Satan in charge. He run America. And he like, yeah, I know. Here, you can have him and shit. I don't want no problems and shit. All right. Take him and shit. Bruce Lee die and shit. Cause they worshiping dragon shit. He come over here on some kung fu shit, and they just, hold on, let me go to Satan. Satan found that shit out and got him murked. So it's not about knowing kung fu or just being more, that's why Americans be sitting there like Caucasian Americans come to your country, they be fat and chubby and shit, looking at you like you still ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? If you not holy, you ain't gonna ever win. That's what we know as well. So for me to tell my people, yes, we all know that, but it's like, who's the true savior? It's time to stop saying Jesus, thinking that you're going to just trying to get by. If you going to war, stop trying to go to fuck the war saying wrong shit. Otherwise, you part of them. So then I can't claim you as part of me. I'm not going to be merciful about that. We must call on the true creator, the true savior. I'm giving people time is all I'm doing, giving you time to get your people together to come to an agreement. All right, we ready? Once you come out of the huddle, all right, then you all go for it. You all run for it once you come out the huddle. Ain't no holding on. Whoever left behind. Fuck you. We already was in the huddle. He gave us a lot of time from 2010 to 2025 to be in the fucking huddle to figure out if we want to serve the Yahweh Shah or not. I'm sacrificing the whole fucking time. I'm supposed to be living with my family shit. I'm supposed to be living a good life for living holy. But I'm sacrificing so y'all could be in the huddle and figure out, giving y'all a lot of time. It's since 2010, my nigga. 15 fucking years. Y'all should have been made the decision by now if you want to serve the true savior, the true creator, so that we can keep eating on food stamps and shit, and we can keep progressing and advancing. We don't run out of energy. We don't run out of hope. We can start to deliver ourselves from slavery and shit like that. And then slowly we can come back in charge of things. And the world can look up at us now. They can put the light back in the fucking sky. Right now we buried like a motherfucker. I'm sitting here buried like a motherfucker. I can go back in the fucking sky and shine and shit. And everybody can be good and shit. We can start having good dreams and beautiful dreams. We can live in the earth, and when we go to sleep, we can live in the heaven world too. We can have the best of both worlds and shit. Anybody that don't want to serve the Most High Father, the true creator, Yahweh, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, Psalm 68 verse 4, Tehillim 68 verse 4, whatever. Extol him by his name, Yah, YJ and shit. YJ, yeah, YJ, just YJ. Put a Y on top of that. Why that shit? Yeah, there you go. YJ and shit. YJ, you get Yah. There's no J's in the Hebrew language. There's no J's in the Hebrew language. So you can never say J. So it's Yah. So YJ, Yah. All right, let's call on Yah through the name of the Savior, Yahweh Shah. I'm not even a savior. I'm just down here helping out and shit. He the King of Kings. I'm the king. I'm one of the kings that he's the king of and shit. Like, I need your help, man. You're the King of Kings. Yeah, but you a king too. I need your help, man. Go down there. All right, I go down here and shit. I'm 3 years old. I'm not really supposed to be down here yet because I'm not ordained yet. I'm not grown up enough yet and shit. They put Solomon in charge when he was 12 and shit. I guess they were like, man, fuck it. You just had to make it do what it do. You 3 and go sitting on the throne, 3 years old, sitting on the throne and shit. Fuck it. You one of the kings of the king. I need you. Go down there. All right. Now I'm down here doing savior work and shit, sacrificing and shit so y'all can get in the huddle. But I'm not supposed to die for y'all because there's only one person that did that already. He died for y'all already. I don't have to die for you and shit. Go call on the true savior, Yahweh Shah. He died for me as well. So we can just get it together, or you got to hold that shit yourself. You know? But I'm only here for people with pure desires. You want to really, truly, genuinely serve the Most High Father. So you're learning. You're taking steps and shit, the initiative. You're picking up the scriptures. Doing, like, reading as much as you can, trying to get your morality back together so you can get out of the carnal mind. You can get out of a depraved mindset. You know? You can get out of perversion. Slowly but surely. But at least your heart in the right space so I can keep you covered while you learn. Like what happened with me. Since I learned the 23rd Psalm by heart, they kept me covered while I learned. So I can do the same for you. Keep you covered while you learn. But the thing is, I'm still going to be okay while I'm keeping you covered. I don't got to sacrifice. I can just keep you covered and keep living. Like a teacher and shit. I'm a teacher. We in the school, but the school's safe too, my nigga. The school's safe, the teacher's safe, and you safe. So I don't need to sacrifice it. The teacher gone and shit. Where the teacher at? Gone. Sacrificing while y'all in the huddle and shit trying to figure out if you want to follow the curriculum or not. You pick up the curriculum. This shit don't say Jesus. I don't know, man. The curriculum. The teacher gotta, I'll be back. The teacher go outside shooting that shit and shit. Y'all don't know what the fuck going on. What's going on? Where the teacher going shit? Substitute be like, all right, well, come class. Here's some substitute shit. Teach out there fighting niggas and shit while y'all figure out if y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? So that we can put a shield around the fucking school and shit. Still, for 15 years, I'm out there holding the line and shit. Y'all want to serve the Most High? Y'all want to come to the true Savior, Yahweh Shah? Or you want to go to Jesus, man? It don't matter if you say Yahweh Shah or Yahusha or Yahoshua. Those are still cool. The letterings, it's all about how you spell the shit. That's why you need a teacher. Stop fighting and bickering over that shit. Accents and phonetics. Spell that shit. Yod, Hey, Wah, Shin, Ayin. Okay, shut the fuck up. Sit down. Fighting over accents and shit. What you say? I say hot dog. What you say? I say hot dog. All right, so shut the fuck up. Spell it. Is it an O there? Yeah, we put an O there. That's how you spell dog. The fuck? Right, everybody lean on your ass if you don't know how to spell dog, my nigga. But I say Doug, my nigga. This is personal. I say, so it's like, oh, okay. All right, so long as you spelling it right, so fucking what? Accents is accents. We not saying nothing completely different. Hot dog, don't say Jesus, my nigga. I thought hot dog was Jesus. Oh, spell that shit. You spell that shit Jesus. No, that's not hot dog, my nigga. That's Jesus. That's Jesus, it's not hot dog. Well, what's a hot dog and shit? It's a made up term and shit. What does it mean in the dictionary? What is a hot dog made of? Okay, what's the ingredients? The ingredients is this, that, and the third. What's this, that, and the third? Just cow and shit. Oh, just cow. Well, we got the pork ones now. We don't eat the pork with the chicken. We don't eat the mixed ones. It gotta say beef on it and shit. Cow. Beef is cow. Stop trying to make beef mean that we got a problem with each other and shit. Because you ain't got no life in you to recycle and shit. So beef doesn't always mean I got a problem. Beef just means it's a cow, my nigga. We eat cow. That's it. Simple as that. Clean and simple. We eat cow. They just be making up terms and shit in English. You go in the store, you get some milk. What's on there? A cow, my nigga. Oh, it's a cow? Yeah, but cow was also called beef. It's beef. Don't mean we got beef. Yeah, it just became a war. So niggas be just fighting each other. But if you keep it clean and simple, serving the Most High, you got life in you and you recycling life. So you full of peace. You don't have problems with people. You're not saying shit to fight people and shit. You're trying to bring people to peace. This is what it means. So if we're not coming to the Most High, serving the Most High, and calling on Yahweh Shai, then food stamp tourists will start to try to attack. But even still, don't let them, because we earned it. We earned it regardless. We've been slaves such a long time. They fucked us up so hard. We deserve that. So eat EBT anyway, even though we called it on Jesus. A lot of y'all calling on Jesus. Eat it anyway. But we gonna choose sides. We still gonna have fucking sides. Y'all gonna eat EBT and y'all gonna stay fucking slaves to these people. We gonna eat EBT and get free. We part of the pure side. Long as we holding in pure, don't hurt us. We got life in us. You know, I know you don't want. I know you a demon and shit. You don't want to come to the Most High. So long as I'm physically alive, you can eat. When I physically die, life force is gone, my nigga. That's a fair exchange. You don't want to come to the Most High. You still want to serve Satan, but I got life in me, and that's what you need to eat and grow food and shit like that. Okay, how many years I got left to live? 6 years left. All right, I got 6 years left to live. These last 6 years left I got to live. Y'all good. Long as I'm good. I can eat my EBT. I can chill. Give me my SSI back and shit like that so I can live and stack money and shit. And let me live for free. Let me live in peace. Me and those who on pure side. Me and my people on pure side. We will feed you. There's no pain in that. We will feed you. Y'all can grow y'all food and shit all around the planet. Everybody on pure side. No matter what nation you from. If you on pure side, you want to serve the Most High, we on pure side. We'll feed you. But when we die, when I physically die, ain't no more, the main man gone. Y'all ain't no more feeding, ain't no more eating and shit. Y'all gonna have to destroy each other and shit. You do got some people out there that's envious though. They want to destroy the main man and shit because they rather die and shit than whatever the fuck. Because they ain't getting a piece of the pie and shit. You came and presented yourself wrong. That's why. Bunch of Latinos and shit mad because you ain't getting a piece of the life force and shit. It's because you disrespected me from the beginning and shit. You disrespected my whole family and all that shit. So yeah, you shouldn't expect something if you ain't apologizing. You thinking like, I still gotta fight these people. You made a fake ass problem and shit and start fighting somebody that was not causing you problems. This person full of peace. You was mad as shit. This person full of peace. Started problems and shit so you can fight. When this person not causing problems, this person, then they gonna come back and kill your ass and shit type shit. Or you apologize. All right, so now we got some Latinos and some Spanish people, some Ephraim people that's on pure side. Now we can feed your ass. They can feed your ass. Now leave me the fuck alone. Type shit. Y'all can go back to your fucking country and grow food and shit and don't gotta worry about demons eating your ass and shit. Cause every time you eat something, a demon gonna eat you and you might die and shit and you scared of shit. Coming up here trying to figure out why we eat and then not demons not fucking us up. It's because we serve the Most High. So our food come directly from heaven. Come directly from the Creator. It doesn't come from hell. So it's a different source. So whatever I eat is not the same as what you eat, even though it's the same physical food. So if I eat a cow, it's not the same energy intake when I'm eating it. I get the Most High energy, pure energy. You got demon energy or pagan god energy. You're eating from your fallen gods, your fucked up gods. That's what you're eating from. Your gods need me and shit. So the one with the life force is the one in charge, really. But y'all like to flip that shit in earth because you don't like the way it look and shit. So you try to play that shit funny. All I gotta do is cut off on your ass and you be begging me not to cut you off and shit. Still being humble. That's being humble as shit. You in charge. You a whole royal whatever the fuck. You got all this power. I can just cut right off on your ass. While you sitting up there phony and fake like, yeah, I'm in charge and shit. I'm the king of Prince so-and-so and shit. Cut right off on you and die tonight and shit. Cause I cut my life force off on you. I'm the slave. I cut my life force off on you. You the king, prince, whatever the fuck, you know, boasting and shit. Man, that's too much. I cut off on you. Demon came and took your whole soul to hell and shit. Didn't wake up the next day and shit. Like, what happened to him? The slave, he was just tired of that nigga disrespecting the shit out of him. So he cut his life force off on him and the demon just took him and shit. How easy. It's like, that's what, you know what I'm saying? It's called being humble, having humility. And also the Hebrew people had to be in slavery because what the ancestors did. But we don't gotta, the new people today don't gotta be enslaved. We don't know nothing about what they did. We don't have the penalty that they have. We just need to learn. That's why they twist the truth up, because we can get free at any moment. It's just ignorance, man. Ignorance. Once we educate ourselves and know the true creator and know what we must do, we can shake that ignorance off. But also they set the stage where it's a bunch of obstacles and traps and shit. So how do we shake through the traps and shit? I figured it all out. Just ride with me, listen to me, whatever question you got, give it to me and I'll answer it specifically. Because it's a specific thing now. You know, all this general talk is not really answering your detailed specific questions and shit. So that's how we keep that shit maintained. Your heart is in the right place. You just have a specific question about something so that you don't fall off. All right, got answer the specific question and now we good. We can keep riding and shit. We on our way to the kingdom of heaven at the same time. So you're not just safe in a safe place. Your soul just not safe. We on a fucking train going to the kingdom of heaven. So when we die, we leaving. We not still down here, my nigga. You thinking that? We not. So we're feeding them. We're on the train back to the kingdom of heaven. And when I die, that's it. The life force is cut off. So when shit start happening to y'all, because y'all ain't going to be able to hold it up and be like me and sacrifice, and I'm not requiring you to, but I'm just saying, you're not going to be like me to be able to do all this bullshit for random ass people that don't want to get themselves right. So then if you die, you already on the train and shit. You just good. So I thought about all of this. Me and the Most High is thinking about how to do this. Even the Savior, I met the Savior already. The true Savior, the one that got crucified and shit. I met him. And we trying to figure out how we gonna do this shit. Like, yeah, I don't know how you gonna do it, man. I don't know what. I don't know. This we gonna do it like this, and baby, do it like that, and do it like this. Like, I don't. Like, yeah, what? You find your mother and shit? Yeah, I found her. I don't know her though and shit. Like, you don't know her? Like, she's still alive? Like, she don't want to know you? Like, nah, I'm a mistake and shit. Damn. My mother ain't never told me I was a mistake, my nigga. Like, damn, that's fucked up. Even the Savior's like, I don't know about that's too much for me, my nigga. My mother never came up to me and said, you a fucking mistake, my nigga. Never said that to me. How that feel? Like, that gotta be worse than the whipping, lashing, my shit. That's the same level. Nah, that shit can heal, my nigga. Your shit, that's crazy. You got that shit carry after death, my nigga. Like, you gonna die and still be like, I don't know my mother. Damn. I just took some shit on my back and shit and carried across, my nigga. That's crazy. You don't know your mother and shit, your father did and shit. Nigga said, I don't know whose son you are, but you're not mine and shit, threw you out. Damn. That's too much for me. Moses in the woods, I'd rather walk in the wilderness for 40 years before my mother tell me, I don't know who the fuck you is, you a mistake and shit. Cause then once I'm in the wilderness for 40 years and shit, on the 37th year while I'm just walking randomly and slipped off a rock and shit, I was like, ah shit. And then sat down like, whoo, ma, I don't know whose son you are, but you not mine and shit. And then you can't get the fuck back up and shit. Your heart drop and shit. And you got to keep walking these niggas through the wilderness for a couple more years. But your mother helped pushing you and shit spiritually and shit. You ain't got no mother pushing you spiritually and shit. No food in the cabinets and shit. Moses like, fuck that. I'd rather walk for 40 years and know my mother, my nigga. Because once I'm dead, I'm still going to know my mother, my nigga. I know my shit like that and my father. Fuck that. You know, they like tripping. That's a stain. That's a wound that, it's not a physical wound, my nigga. That shit is long lasting. It's never going to heal, my nigga. You need the Most High Father to heal that. You is not going to heal that shit by just like taking a pill or like, nah, you can't put a bandage on that shit. And it's crazy. Not your mother and father. No, they the beginning of you. So they like, fuck that. You know. So they trying to help me figure out like what I need to do to cover the people and shit. Cause there's a lot of people like me that don't know their mothers and fathers, but it's like, you holy though. Like, there's no reason for your parents not to want to know a holy child. Like, you holy as shit. And they don't want to be around you. That means they live in an evil ass life and shit. So when you be around them, it's going to convict that life. It's crazy. Like, damn. And she won't want to be around you because you holy and shit. Damn. That just make it worse. Like, damn, I'm holy as shit. I don't lie. I don't cheat. I don't deceive. I don't steal or nothing and shit. And she don't like, nah, I don't want to come up in here because he might put some food up in this motherfucker and make me feel good and shit. I don't want him in here because he might cook some lamb slices and shit, some honey lamb slices. And I don't know about him cooking some honey lamb slices in here because then I'm going to fuck his ass up for cooking some honey lamb slices and that shit tasting good and shit. Not because, oh, he took my fucking food and shit and smoked some crack with it and shit. Like, oh, he ain't stealing. He just putting shit in here. You mad as shit. Like, no, he got too much love and shit. You got to go the fuck out there. Nah, we don't have no love up in this bitch. We don't do that shit. We don't do that shit, nigga. Fuck that love shit. No, not true love. Fuck true love, my nigga. True love. Fuck out of here with that true love shit. You need to get the fuck out of here with that true love, my nigga. We is not doing true love and shit. We is not doing happy, joy, smiley faces and shit. We not doing comfortability. We not doing comfortable shit, my nigga. No, we is not doing comfortable shit. I want to be in pain and shit. We do pain out this bitch. Fuck love and comfortability and shit. I want to be in pain and shit. Nobody said that shit ever, but that's how they be acting and shit. Nah, I want him in here, man. This nigga's not gonna steal and shit. So if he come up in here, he is not gonna steal, my nigga. No. He is not gonna steal something from me, my nigga Jaden. Like, he is not gonna steal my motherfucking PS5. So he can't come the fuck up in here and shit. And they like, you right. You right. You right. They just walk off and do something and shit. Mad as shit because I won't come in there and steal and shit. So it's stupid, yo. It's stupid. You know you can trust me. Y'all stupid as shit. I supposed to be on the Kardashians. Kylie like, I don't know, man, because you want to come back to me and shit and love me and shit. And it was an accident. I don't know. I thought it was for real. You can't be around me unless it was actually you meant to hurt me and you meant to leave me and shit. But you ain't really mean to leave me, so you can't come in here and love me and shit. No, fuck that love and shit. That's how y'all acting, yo. Y'all really act like that. Fuck that love and shit. You really love me and shit. Stupid, yo. But I had to say all that. Help you understand. That's what the EBT Taurus envy shit is about. You know, being full of life, serving the Most High Creator or not. So you keep calling on Jesus, it's fucking people up. Nobody's recycling life back in the system. But also my issue, our issue while I'm talking is about those who don't want to serve the Most High and still want to eat off of us. So that's the enemy. People mad at you for being on EBT and serving the Most High Yah, so we can give life to life, but they don't want to take they don't want to take the life lessons and go back to that country and make an EBT system for themselves and have holy people. They don't want to have holy people. They still want to serve demons and worship Satan and shit and still have what we have. But you can't recycle it. You can't recycle it right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's stupid. You can't be jealous of life, my nigga. You want death, but you need life to eat. So you mad at us and want to use us so you can keep fucking eating and being deaf instead of be life and shit. That's why the Scream ass shit with Scream is the funniest shit ever. You see Death walk up in your shit with life in his face and shit. He look funny as shit. The nigga walked up to your window. Look how I look with life in my face, my nigga. I got life shining out of my face. I'm deaf and shit. How the fuck that look, life and death? It don't mix and shit. It's funny. So you got Scream and shit out there, life and death. Shit funny. This nigga full of life, but he dead as shit. How the fuck? Sleeves and shit. That's what Scream is all about. It's not about the shit that you're looking at. It's all about just the mask is white. That's all it's about. This nigga full of life, but he dead as shit. I'm about to kill somebody. That's all it's about every time you see the Scream mask. So that's what y'all need to know, yo. Pure side, stand up, man. Stand up. That's our fight. Food stamp Taurus. Motherfuckers over here full of demon energy and shit and don't want to serve the Most High Yah. And they just want to pinch off our ass and shit so they can maintain that demon ass lives and shit and stay rich and shit. No, I have no remorse, no mercy, no sympathy for that. If you try and use me to keep a demon shit going and you knowing that if you serve the Most High Yah, the true creator, you'll get life and maintain your riches yourself. You'll maintain that shit for your damn self. It's like nothing special. You rich as shit. Serve the Most High Creator and you can maintain your own fucking riches. But instead, you want to eat off my life and I'm poor as shit and you rich as shit so you can stay rich. How the fuck that work? You already rich, my nigga. I'm poor as shit either way. You rich as shit either way. You just don't want to choose the holy way to do it. That's backwards. It's stupid. So, nah, man. No respect, no mercy, no remorse. All right, y'all had to fight, yo. Fight for y'all EBT. Niggas robbed me for my EBT card because niggas wanted to serve Satan and shit. They want to serve Satan, but they want my life for it so they can keep serving Satan. Fucking a bunch of Spanish people and shit. Demon worship Spanish people and shit. In Pomona, California. Stop letting people... So in Baltimore, y'all need to watch these Spanish people, yo. Them niggas quiet as shit. You know, but they setting up shop. You need to start going up in there and talking to these niggas, chopping it up with these niggas. What's up with you? What's up, Yoda? See how these niggas feel about you not speaking Spanish and shit. Really get up on these niggas and talk to them. They all up in our hoods and shit, watching us and shit, cutting grass and shit. Talk to these niggas. Hey man, you wanna go to the meeting and shit? What meeting? The town meeting, the town hall meeting and shit. Come run up on these niggas. No, I'm good. I don't want to come to. You don't want to come to the town hall meeting and shit. The niggas just want to be right here, stealthy and shit. What y'all stealthing for? Niggas don't want no life. They just want to eat off you and shit. But those who was good, they good. You know what I'm saying? Parasite. So yeah, Baltimore. Watch them, yo. Baltimore, Philly, New York. Well, I don't know about New York. New York got good ones like motherfucker. But Philly, Baltimore, you got some West Coast Filipinos, whatever. You just got people from Demon shit. People from Demon shit. Demon whatever, fuck. And they just in there. Mainly the Spanish people. Yo. You need to watch them, yo. Nigga, I applied for a job. Them niggas took me to Concentra, took my piss, and employed their own person and shit. Employed their own Spanish person. And said, fuck your piss. I'm gonna take that shit, and I'm gonna employ my own man and shit. But over there in Baltimore, this nigga down and out at Home Depot. You good, yo? Nah, man, I'm trying to get a job. Lift that nigga up and give him a job and shit off the ground. Nigga said, fuck me and shit. Took my job twice. I was at Spectrum. Nigga took my job and shit. Gave it to his mans. Tower Mobility. Took my piss. Employed his own mans and shit. I'm still homeless on the ground. They different, yo. You gotta watch them niggas. They different as shit. So you employing these niggas. Them niggas gonna end up trying to take over, yo. No, yo. You can't help them out, yo. You gotta watch them, yo. You gotta watch them, yo. You cannot help these Latinos out, yo. Not all of them, but it's hard to tell, yo. The ones that don't want to talk and shit, the ones that be feeling all kinds of crazy ways that you don't speak Spanish and shit. We not stupid, yo. Put your fucking detective goggles on. You got to be Inspector Gadget with this shit now. These niggas is funny. Had sex with my aunt, got her pregnant, and then ran off with your wife and shit, and didn't take care of your child and shit. These niggas is evil, yo. Some evil ass shit. First time I ever met a Spanish person, that's what happened and shit. John Ortega and shit. Got my aunt pregnant, ran off and shit, never came back and never took care of his daughter and shit. And just more shit just kept happening, yo. All of them wasn't bad, yo, but it was like, yo, these niggas is fucking it up. These white Caucasian looking Spanish people, boy, that Caucasian Spain blood be fucking them up. That demon blood be fucking them up. Cause there's no Most High. So they come over here riding off demon power to try to conquer shit. But who you targeting? The Caucasian people or the slaves? Who you targeting for real? You can't be, because if you in here working and shit, you not targeting Caucasian people. You trying what? What you trying to do? Like have an affinity? You trying to have a team and shit? Niggas gonna turn right on you. They did that to everybody that exists, my nigga. Everybody out this bitch worshiping demons of their nations and shit. Except the holy people. And what do you see? Them fucking them up and shit. Anyway, yo. Stop eating off us, yo. Stop eating off us. Stop spying our shit out. Food stamp touring our shit. Because you want the life force to grow your own shit. But don't want to serve the creator that we serve to grow your own shit. Stop doing that to us. If we say serve, this is the God that we serve to grow your own food. Serve the same God that we serve to grow your own food. Have holy people. Don't be trying to enslave their asses though, because they can turn off on you. Well, I can turn it off on you because I'm the main person that they living in. They safe within my soul house, but they way the fuck over there in China somewhere, beaming up full of life, and so they working the land and shit. And then now you got something to eat from and shit. But I can flip that shit right off, cause he in my house and only make sure he eating shit. How merciful life is, my nigga. Life is merciful. All y'all evil ass people out there not serving the true creator, breathing like a motherfucker. Niggas did not create air or nothing. None of y'all gods have created air. It be like you be ask your God, ask the statue like, yo, where did air come from? This nigga's just not breathing, so he can't tell where air came from. This nigga never smelt air or breathed air ever in his life. This nigga just a fucking statue. This nigga's a fallen god. Where air come from? You had a dream about that nigga too. Where air come from and shit? Air comes from, I don't know, space or something. Well, how do you make air, my nigga? Well, what you do is, fuck out of here. You don't know how to make air, my nigga. You can't make breathing. How the fuck did you make breathing? I don't know how to make breathing. You don't know how to make breathing? But breathing exists, my nigga. How do you make breathing? Yo, tell me how the fuck you make breathing right now or I'm leaving and shit. Fuck out of here. Niggas do not know how to make air, my nigga. If you God, it's easy to make air. Well, what you do, right? Shit, Grandma Shekinah, what you do, right? You whip it up, right? Get some clouds and shit. Started off, say, some clouds to get some ingredients from Walmart and shit. Where Walmart at? Heaven 5. Knowing all kind of stupid shit, sounding dumb as shit. But it sounds smart as shit. Like go to Heaven 5 Walmart, right? In the corner, in the back, get a bag of clouds and shit. How you make clouds? Well, what happened was I was crying one time and shit. Like, oh shit. You say it was fun. Just start like, yeah, and then you whip it up like this and shit, like Cool Whip and shit. It's like, yeah, and this, that, and the third, and this. And then what you do is this, is you breathe on it. I put some of my fire on that shit. You know, I piss on that shit, and then it just turn into air and shit. Like, what? Like, yeah, my piss and shit. You breathing my evaporated piss and shit. So that's where air come from? Yeah, it just sound dumb as shit. Them niggas do not know how to make air, man. Air come from God and shit. These niggas out here breathing all day long, bowing down to statues, but breathing like a motherfucker. God looking like, yo, if I stop breathing on these niggas is not gonna be able to bow down. It's gonna be the last bow down you got. You're gonna bow down to a rock and never get the fuck back up and shit. Bow down to a fucking Kaaba stone and shit. Breathing like a motherfucker. God breathing like, yo, if I just stop breathing for these niggas do not know how to make breathing, my nigga. How the fuck do you make breathing? I don't know how to make breathing, my nigga. Shut the fuck up then. Niggas can't make air, my nigga. Anyway, God was like, hey, air, where you going at and shit? I'm going down the street right here. Niggas like, who you talking to? I was talking to air and shit. Like, niggas cannot see air. Anyway, let me get off here. Shalom.